Denny Hamlin here with Kyle Larson. We're here in West Virginia, and what we're doing is trying to help some kids and families out that were affected by the floods here about a month ago. Greenbrier County and White Sulphur Springs was devastated by floods. Over 20 people died in these floods. A lot of families and homes were affected. And so what we did is we teamed up with Kyle and his sponsor Target, and we went to Target and bought a bunch of gifts and toys for kids, for families that were affected by this. So thank Kyle for coming out to help deliver it. Thank everyone at SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel for their participation in this. And we couldn't do it without their participation, and hopefully we make these kids and these families have a better day today.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really excited to be a part of this. Denny reached out to myself, and we were able to team up with Target, like he said, to go on a little shopping spree and get a lot of toys. So it's gonna be pretty special to see the smiles on these kids' faces. Their families have been affected so much by the floods, and whatever we can do to help out means a lot.
What does it mean to have Kyle and Denny here?
Well, it's a wonderful thing to have everybody sticking together instead of fighting with each other to just rebuild our town back. And it's real nice of Kyle and Denny to be here to hand out school supplies and toys.
We appreciated it a lot.
It was a very nice thing for them to come down here and to do.
All right, so we're out here at the toy drop-off location, and what's going on now is we have a line of cars. I mean, as far as the eye can see, people will explain, what grade their children are in, and they have school supplies that are catered towards that particular age demographic. That kids can come up and pick out a particular toy if they like a particular sport. They can pick it out, and so much of what's going on here is just unfathomable. Most of the kids here have lost everything. The adults have lost their homes. We spoke to one group earlier where they only had the clothes on the back and the toy that they just received. So the devastation out here in southern West Virginia is very real, and at least we're doing something to help combat it. So we started off today around 9 a.m. and then we left SRI Performance and headed over to Whiskey River. They had a lot of toys, but they also had a lot of cleaning supplies and stuff for baby needs and things like that. We had some food, some snacks, just anything to help out the people out here in West Virginia. From there, we headed out to the Super Target in Concord, North Carolina. We picked up all the toys that Denny and Kyle picked up, and we loaded up the SRI Performance Sprinter van and brought all the toys over here to the Greenbrier. And it was a nice little 4-hour drive, very peaceful, but once you entered into this particular area, you could see a lot of tree branches, a lot of devastation. Most of the billboards were out of place, and you could still see that a lot of things were out of whack. So that they are far from being back to normal and could definitely still use some more help. Events such as this are happening weekly over here in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, and we highly encourage anybody to come up here and help out any way they can. No amount of help is too small.